Welcome to Middle East Minute by Al Monitor. From our studio in New York, I'm Adam Lucente. Here are the headlines we're looking at across the region. Today is Thursday, July 16th, 2026. The Syrian Interior Ministry said it intercepted a large weapons shipment bound for Lebanon's Hezbollah at the Iraq-Syria border. The catch included long-range missiles, guided anti-tank missiles, and drones, according to authorities. Syria vowed to prevent its territory from being used for arms smuggling, but Hezbollah did not immediately comment. Hezbollah has been working to maintain smuggling networks through Syria since Assad's fall in late 2024, but the new Syrian authorities have announced several operations targeting the group's presence in recent months. U.S. President Donald Trump has been encouraging Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara to help fight Hezbollah in Lebanon, though Shara has not agreed to do so. Syrian Foreign Minister Assad al-Shaybani said earlier this month during a trip to Lebanon that he would be open to speaking to Hezbollah if necessary. U.S. Central Command announced it completed another round of strikes targeting Iranian military sites Thursday morning, including locations in the southern port of Bandar Abbas and the Greater Tunb Island in the Gulf, which is held by Iran but claimed by the United Arab Emirates. Iranian state media reported that the strikes, like in days past, targeted the southern provinces along the Strait of Hormuz and the Gulf. But the Associated Press reported that the U.S. strikes reached the capital Tehran for the first time since fighting renewed. Iran said it again targeted U.S. military sites in Kuwait, Bahrain, and Jordan, with all three countries saying they confronted Iranian projectiles. The attack on Kuwait may be ongoing, with the Kuwaiti army reporting a current attack underway at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Iranian military spokesperson Ibrahim Zolfaghari said that Trump's comments on Hormuz constitute a, quote, red line, and said Iran will destroy regional infrastructure if the president follows through. Trump floated the idea of the U.S. charging tolls in the strait earlier this week, but later backed away from the proposal. The U.S. has, however, resumed its naval blockade of Iran. Maritime traffic through Hormuz is down, with Reuters reporting 9 ships crossing on Wednesday, most of them via the Iranian route, and down from 13 a day prior. Late Wednesday, Indian authorities told ships in the country to not pass through the waterway after an Indian sailor was killed in an attack there. Vice President J.D. Vance said on Wednesday that some in the Israeli government want to, quote, shift the U.S. away from a deal with Iran towards continuing military escalation. Speaking to podcaster Joe Rogan, Vance said he has good relations with some in the Israeli government, but that others there are, quote, manipulating and trying to change American public opinion to keep the war going on indefinitely. Vance clarified that a number of countries seek to influence the U.S., adding that the onus is on politicians to not let it affect their judgment. Vance has been at the center of tensions between the U.S. and Israel over the war with Iran, and he criticized the country in June, saying Trump is their, quote, only powerful ally. A Russian couple is facing deportation from Turkey after reportedly reading a Christian Bible inside the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul. Russian media reported that Kremlin officials have been in touch with their Turkish counterparts over the issue since the two were detained on Tuesday. Hagia Sophia is a sensitive site. It was built as a cathedral in the 6th century before converting to a mosque after the 1453 Ottoman conquest of Constantinople. It became a museum in 1934, but then reverted to being a mosque again in 2020 after a Turkish government decision, sparking a global controversy. Thanks for listening to Middle East Minute. For the links to these stories and to keep up with headlines from across the region, visit lmonitor.com and subscribe to Middle East Minute on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Until next time, I'm Adam Lucente.